المرحلة الخامسة راح نتكلم عن السيستميك فلورايد and the importance of systemic fluoride in the community and in the dentistry. Our lectures have introduction. This is item and how do systemic fluoride work, type of systemic fluoride, fluoride compound and their concentration, water fluoridation definition and multiple studies about that, school water fluoridation, advantage and disadvantage, salt fluoridation, milk fluoridation, and fluoride supplement and tablet. Now we talk about introduction. Systemic fluoride provide a low concentration of fluoride to the teeth over a long period of time. It is circulated through the bloodstream and it is incorporated into developing teeth. إذن هو راح يكون ينتقل السيستميك فلورايد عكس باقي الأنواع التوبيكال فلورايد and others by blood stream and then incorporated into developing teeth. After teeth erupted, fluoride contacting teeth directly through salivary secretion. Most systemic fluorides have a topical effect through their primary effect is systemic. How do systemic fluoride work? Now we talk about how systemic fluoride work. Systemic fluoride are those that are ingested into the body and become incorporated into forming tooth structure. Systemic fluorides, when ingested during tooth development, are deposited to some extent through the tooth surface. However, the actual mechanism of action of the systemic fluoride is from the topical protection as the fluoride presence in the saliva, which continually bathes the teeth, or provide a constant source that is also incorporated into blood and facilitates remineralizations. Types of systemic fluoride. What are the types of systemic fluoride? Water fluoridation, community water fluoridation, school water fluoridation, salt fluoridation, milk fluoridation, and fluoride tablets. إذن هاي الأنواع اللي هي الووتر فلوريديشن اكو بالديفلوبد كونتري انه كوميونيتي ووتر فلوريديشن. احنا كان سابقا عندنا بالعراق هذا الشيء، وسكول ووتر فلوريديشن ايضا كان سابقا عندنا وحاليا ما متوفر. ومن ثم هاي الأنواع الأربعة اللي هي من خلالها يتم العمل على systemic fluoridation. Fluorides compound and concentration that are usually used in the dentistry system fluorides method. Now in this table we can see the fluorides method and the fluorides compound and concentration. For example, water fluoridation hydrofluorosilicate وهذا الابريفيشن مالتها اللي يكون الصوديوم فلورو سيليسيت and sodium fluoride. الكونسنتريشن مالته 0.7 to 1.2 milligram per liter. Salt fluoridation, potassium fluoride and sodium fluoride ككمباوند موجودة، والدوز الكونسنتريشن مالتها يكون 250 إلى 300 ملغرام بير كيلو. غرام. milk fluoridation اللي هو صوديوم فلورايد or داي صوديوم مونوفلوروفوسفيت اللي هي يكون concentration مالتها 5 ملغرام per liter. dietary fluorides supplementation اللي هي صوديوم فلورايد و acidulated phosphate fluoride بوتاسيوم فلورايد and كالسيوم فلورايد. الكونسنتريشن مالتها عبارة عن ربع 0.25 to 1 ملغرام تابلت. water fluoridation. water fluoridation is defined as controlled adjustment of the concentration of fluoride in a communal water supply so as to achieve a maximum carries reduction and clinically insignificant level of the fluorosis. It can also be defined as the upward adjustment of the concentration of fluoride in the public water supply in such a way that the fluoride become concentrated in the hydroxy fluoroapatite NDT. The water fluoridation is one of the most common dietary methods of fluoride. It is present at a lower cost and long range. However, for water fluoridation to be effective, it has to be a continuous process, and the concentration of fluoride has to be well controlled. The recommended concentration varies between 0.7 and 1.2 part per million, depend on the average regional temperature. The lower level of fluoride are recommended for warmer region, المناطق الحارة. In these locations, the intake of water tend to be higher if compared with the cold region. The optimum level of fluoride in the water for protection against dental caries is approximately 1 part per million. Fluoridation in the adjustment of the water supply to fluoride content such that reduction of 50 to 70% in dental caries would occur without damage to the teeth or to the other structure. Now هاي الدراسات اللي الجراند paid مونسكون study فالدراسات 4 أو 5 هاي فقط للعلم للاطلاع عليها، اللي هاي باللون الأحمر واللون الأصفر موجودة بالسلايدات، هذا بينك الجرين البلو. فهذه الدراسات 4 أو 5 فقط للاطلاع. نرجع هسه لموضوعنا اللي راح يكون بالسلايد اللي هو عنوانه Optimum Water Fluorides Concentration. The optimum recommended fluoride level varies within climate because the average consumptions of the water increase in the warmer climates. اعتيادي راح يكون نسبة الفلورايد أكثر لأنه الكونسبشن مال الووتر يكون أكثر in the warm if compared with the cold climate. In the cold climates, the recommended fluoride level may be as high as 1.2 part per million, while in the extremely hot climate, a level of about 0.7 part per million is recommended. In moderate climates, this optimum fluoride level have been shown to be 1 part per million. The optimum fluoride concentration for particular community can be calculated by the following equation. Pre-requirements of the water fluoridation. Number 1, a presence of the carriers in the community and public level of fluoride concentration in their drinking water. Then the presence of fluoride and also the level of fluoride concentration in their drinking water. Centralized water supply to the community. Number 4, community acceptance or approval. Number 5, installation and maintenance cost. Material used in the water fluoridation. 3 types of fluoride equipment: tri-feeder, solution feeder, and saturation method. A dry compound such as ammonium silicofluoride and fluorosphere and sodium silicofluoride, for example. Sodium of hydrofluorosilicate acid fluoride is added to the water after it is purified and before it is ready for consumption with the help of a fluoride equipment. الآن راح يعني نتكلم عن السيستم والبروسيجر والفاكتور limited usage and recommendation. Saturator system والدراي feeder for example, وبعدين solution feeder. الساتوريتر سيستم اللي هي تكون البروسيجر مالتها يكون 4% saturated sodium fluoride is produced and injected at the desired concentration in the water distribution source بالتانكيات أو بالمصادر with the aid of the pump بالمضخات طبعا من خلال المضخات. الفاكتور limited use need a clean gravel bed used for filtration. نحتاج هاي من ضمن limitation of recommendation مالتها suitable for medium size towards requiring less than 3.8 million liter per day. A dry feeder, sodium fluoride or silicofluoride in the form of the powder is introduced into dissolving basin. Care is handling fluoride, obstruction of pipe, and compacting of the fluoride while storage is suitable for medium size towards requiring 3.8 million liter per day to the 19 million liter per day, while the fine solution feeder volumetric pump per limiting is adding of a given quantity of the hydrofluorosilicate acid is to proportion to the amount of the water treated. The equipment must be resistant to attack by hydrofluorosilicate acid, assisting construction in the polyvinyl chlorides or another plastics. recommendation of it is suitable for medium size and large town with a capacity of more than 7.6 million liter per day. إذن هاي الطرق أريدكم تطلعون عليها وتأخذون من عندها من خلال هذا الجدول تسوي فد conclusion. ما راح أطالبك بالأرقام اللي بداخلها، بس إنه تقول لي أنواع السيستم، شنو أنواع السيستم of water fluoridation، هاي مكتوبة عندك بالأحمر. البروسيجر تطلع عليها، الفاكتور ليميتنج يوزج ايضا تطلع عليها، الريكومنديشن مهمه، يعني ان تعرف الغرض من عندها. ليش هذا السيستم بي ليميتيشن هيك، بي ريكومنديشن هيك، هذا السيستم بي ليميتيشن هيك، بي ريكومنديشن هيك. البروسيجر مالته مجرد للاطلاع فقط. Advantage of the water fluoridation: large number of people are benefit. Consumption is regular. Fluoridated drinking water not only act as systemically during tooth formation to make a dental enamel more resistant to the dental caries, but also has a topical effect through the release in the saliva after ingestion. Fluoridation of community water is the least expensive way, يعني أقل expensive way to provide fluoride to a large group of people. إذن هم يستفادون منها بتكاليف أقل، لأنه يوفرون الفلورايد إلى المجتمع، المدن اللي يكون بها عدد سكانها كثير. Disadvantage of water fluoridation: number one, interfere with the human rights. إذن أكو حقوق هاي بالdeveloped country, and other modes are not considered, and the common source of the water supply not be present. إذن هاي الادفانتج والديسادفانتج of water fluoridation. ننتقل إلى السلايد اللي يكون بسكول ووتر فلوريديشن. السكول ووتر فلوريديشن is one of the possible area to be explored, and this program help in the limiting caries in the school children who are the prime concern. Number two, it is the suitable alternative where the water fluoridation is not feasible. Number three, the amount of fluoride added in the school drinking water should be greater than the normal, because children have to stay in the school for a short period of time and to compensate for this consideration. إذن هاي نقطة مهمة، أنه دائما الووتر فلورديشن بالسكول يكون أكثر ينطي بتركيز، لأن فترة بقاء الطلاب بالمدرسة تكون for short time. النقطة اللي بعدها: the current recommended regime for school water fluoridation is adding 4.5 times more fluoride, and there has been around 25 to 40% decrease in the dental caries with this program. Also, there is a simple fluoridators, particularly that employ the Venturi system, are most suitable because they require almost no maintenance and can be utilized effectively in the small establishments of the small or medium-sized school. Advantage of school fluoridation, water fluoridation: good result in reducing caries, minimal equipment, while the disadvantage, children don't receive the benefit until they go to school. Not all children go to the school in poor countries and towns and villages. Amount water drink cannot be regulated. هنا هاي هسه من أريد يعني أخليكم أنه تركزون، حتى تركزون على هاي طرق السيستميك فلوريديشن. راح أركز لكم أنا على الأدفانتج والديسادفانتج. إذن أريدك تعرف الأدفانتج والديسادفانتج وبعض المعلومات، لأنه لأجل التسلسل فأريدك تسترسل بيها مجرد حتى تطلع عليها. Now we talk about salt fluoridations. Introduction. Salt fluoridation is a controlled addition of the fluoride, usually sodium or potassium fluoride, during the manufactures of the salt from the human consumption. إذن موجودة بالملح اللي نستخدم. History. First fluoridated salt was introduced by Wesp in Switzerland in 1948. It has been once in the Switzerland since 1955. Experiments have been conducted with the concentration of fluoride in salt. Initial clinical trial of 90 milligram per kilogram fluoride salt showed 20 to 25% of reduction of dental caries. In 1967, Mohlmans showed that the safe dose of fluoridated salt, that 300 milligram per kilogram, yield 1.5 milligram fluoride and 5 gram of salt. Tooth form unique gray tooth from Hungary after 8 years of salt fluoridated at the level of 250 milligram fluoride per kilogram, reported in 35 to 58% of caries reduction. Thank you very much, my student. This is part 1 finished of systemic fluoride. See you later, inshallah.